You've seen this screen before, probably today, probably more than once. Ready to code? Here's the plan. All the decisions, all the files, all the changes, already baked in. And your job? To scroll. And if you have some pushback, you're gonna get another wall of text. But let's look, how did we get there? I asked it to build me a new feature. I asked for a plan and some things on a new screen. It went off, spent hundreds of thousands of tokens. It even had this little quiz for me to answer like 2 questions, so I get a participation medal. And then off it went and created a plan. So this spew of text that's called a plan is not consumable unless you're an agent. I'm not an LLM, are you? So we need a different format. And everyone's talking about loops. Bert Cherney, the creator of Claude Code, Peter Steinberger, the creator of OpenClaw, say build loops, not prompts. We really need to understand that if we're going to send off the agent to build for 12 hours, let's make sure we're aligned on what we're building, what's our intent, do the grill me, extract information, and make sure we're on point on what we're building. And that is why I built the Plan HTML. It's a tool that lets you plan interactively. It lets you understand what is going to be built, how it's going to be built, and is intended for humans, not for agents. So without further ado, I'll jump into a demo. But before that, please click like and subscribe. And I hope that the next few minutes save you hours and days. So let's get into it and let me show you how I plan. And when we look at the HTML plan, it's a lot easier. Right away, you can see the goal of, give me one screen. What does that mean? It's a new agent screen in the dashboard that rolls up everything. Right away, it shows you the flow of what we're going to do, where we have an agent's new screen and a file. It's going to hit the get endpoint here where it will read stuff. We can see the data flow very easily in the architecture rather than reading a million files. We can see then the intent. We can have it interview you or grill you or, those skills that people really liked. And then you can see what it will do. It will see everyone available to the team, how one is set up. You can accept them right away here, and you need to for the plan to finalize. Or you can go in and drill down and see questions that will help it sharpen it, how we'll verify, and you can have a chat about each part of it as you go through the plan and go back and forth. For UI, I've added things like mock, so you can see this is what it intends to build. Not text, not tons of code, but does this suit me? Is this what I want? Again, it lets you drill down, it lets you discuss it, it lets you have decisions. You can kind of go through. Another important part is boundaries. Where and what will it not touch? And that's really important as you let the agent roam free. You might want to segregate it and focus it on particular areas. Again, each of them is always discussable. You can accept them in a closed format or go in. I try to make this as easy as possible. Decisions. What big decisions are there? How do you attribute things? Key points that you might want to be involved with? And you can always say, hey, do your best. And then the implementation steps. You can have these ones, you can remove them. This is a suggested plan we can discuss. Each of this is iterable by itself. And of course, last but not least is the loop or the verification loop. This is how we will verify. We can add more verification or have a whole discussion with it. We can even kick it off to re-explore the code again. Each of these steps, you can always send it back to the agent. It will collapse and restart and give you the next iteration. You can easily add a tunnel to it, so it's also mobile friendly, so you can kind of go through the mobile. It lets you see what steps are left, and it lets you really understand plans in a much, much, much more intuitive and simple way. I think this has helped me a lot in planning and executing loops that get me where I want. So, what you've seen is a plan that lets you work interactively, understand what we're building, make sure we're aligned, and define a verification loop. You can even set up a tunnel. It's mobile friendly. You can use CloudFront or whatever you want. Take it, make it your own. I'm going to be pushing out updates to that all the time. You can use mine. You can install the skill. You can build your own skill. You can fork mine. Happy to hear your thoughts, your thinking, questions. help, reach out to me on doreasydon.com. You can reach out to me. And I hope all of this helps you make sense of this whole new AI world. So until the next video.